Welcome to Behind the Scenes, the wins, the losses, and everything in between. I'm your host, Todd Patton, and I'm going to spend the rest of this year going through the journey of building One Home Service. There's a lot of downs. There's a lot more downs than there are ups, but I'm going to talk about everything. The wins, the losses, and everything in between. Let's get into episode 1. Why did I start a home service business, One Home Service? Why did I start it? So the main vision I had was that I thought there should have been a tool out there for homeowners to manage their house. Home is one of the biggest assets people have, yet they're not taking care of it. Yeah, they might change the AC filter, but there's 30 other things that should be maintained in the house that people are just not taking care of. So a year ago, my initial thought was, let me build a tool that helps homeowners manage, again, one of their biggest assets. Look, when it comes to your car, even if you lease a car, it's not even yours, but you're religious about taking it and getting that oil change. You don't want to go a mile over, but meanwhile, it's a car. And your house, which is worth, $1 million plus, especially in South Florida, you're just neglecting it, not taking care of it. So I felt that there was an opportunity to build a tool to help homeowners manage this asset. So the challenge I had and the reality was sites like Angie and Thumbtack. And these are sites that are not at all, even though people say, oh, you're doing what Angie. No, we're not at all like Angie. Angie is a lead company. That's all they do. They sell leads and they make a lot of money doing it. It's a successful business. The business model really works, but I don't like it because I think it hurt the home service business. And I know it did. And let's think of the logic behind that. Angie sells, and by the way, their name used to be Angie List. They changed it because of the reviews and everything that they got. So that tells you there. But meanwhile, they're a multi-billion-dollar business, and big money they make, and Thumbtack's the same. And there's a lot of other ones. But let's look at what they really do. They generate leads. They're a lead generator company. They know how to generate leads. So if somebody's looking, a homeowner's looking online, they sell those leads they drive the traffic to their site, and then they sell the leads to multiple companies. So what happens is the homeowner gets bombarded with calls, so that's frustrating. But even more important or worse than that is the people who are buying those leads could be anybody. So if somebody just got out of prison and they start a handyman business, but they said, you know what, I'm going to take that drug money that I hit off the side. I'm going to buy and I'm going to invest in a lot. I'm going to spend a ton of money on leads. Well, you know what? That company's going to grow like this initially, and then it'll tank. Because why? It's a bad company run by bad people. And by the way, there's a lot of that. Unfortunately, in South Florida, there's a ton of that. And people are getting burnt. So homeowners don't trust home service businesses because of that. And of course, I'm being general now, but the fact is these companies have hurt the home service industries and hurt home service businesses because they're overcharging for leads. People are paying the money because they need the business, and it's just a cycle that never ends. I wanted to fix that. The challenge I had is, how do I get homeowners to not think that I'm another Angie? Because we're nothing like that. Again, I built One Home because I wanted to fix the problem that Angie and Thumbtack and Yelp and these other sites have created. So my challenge is now getting homeowners to use it, and we'll talk about how I overcame that, or how I am overcoming that. So why am I doing this in front of everybody? Why am I making it public? So there's two main reasons. The first reason is because of the fluff that's out there. All you see on social media is the wins. Everybody talking about in their Ferrari and the yachts, private jets, and smoking cigars, and I got this and I did this. Yeah, great. That's good. And I'm happy for you, and it's good that you're proud of that. But everybody watches that on social media, and it fucks with your brain. It really does. And because you start seeing that and you're thinking that everybody's living like that. And it's not the case. The fact is, building a business is really difficult. I don't care who you are. I don't care. It's hard to build a business. And you go through challenges, you go through setbacks. So there's not a lot of people that talk about those challenges and setbacks. They just talk about the wins. I want to do the opposite. I want to talk about everything. I do want to talk about the wins because I'm proud of those, but I want to talk about when I get my ass kicked and get knocked down, because that happens more than I'm winning. And it's a reality. But that's part of the fun of building a business, is that you get to go through that challenge. I mean, to me, I enjoy that. That's the back against the wall, and I mean, that's being an entrepreneur. So the second part is, I thought it would be a very cost-effective way to advertise and market One Home Service. Tell the story, tell my journey as I build it. And when I talk about my avatars, which I'm going to talk about in an upcoming episode, I'll go detailed of who we're targeting. This is my audience. They're going to be watching this. So who am I? I'm ultimately talking to them as I explain this One Home. And they either believe in what I'm doing and like it and want to join on, which I hope, or they don't. And that's fine too. But it's a very inexpensive way to get myself out there. So those are the two reasons why I wanted to do this and document the journey. So how does One Home generate money? What do we do? First is vendor subscription. I'm going to play a short video for these three. We have three revenue models. So I'm going to play a short video for each one of them that explains that. So here's the first. What if there were only two companies a homeowner could choose from, and your company was one of those two? Welcome to One Home Service. There's two ways we get your business in front of the right homeowner at the right time. First, we get them to download the app, iOS or Android. We currently have over 580 active homeowners. The second and most unique way is our One Home tablet. This is what sets us apart. We work with top realtors, title agents, and insurance agents to distribute these to the right homeowner at the right time. When is the right time? When they're moving in their house. Think about that. New homeowners coming in at home, they don't know who to call. The first year somebody moves in a house, more money spent in that 12 months. So we're going in the right home at the right time. We personalize these tablets with our top two vendors in each category. We have over 70 categories. But these One Home tablets do a lot more than just give you top vetted companies. The One Home tablet notifies the homeowner whenever maintenance is due. So when your dryer vent needs to be cleaned out, you get a notification. And then we have the vault. Homeowners are able to upload all important documents and keep them all in one safe place. One of those important documents is your owner's policy for your title insurance. If you have that policy and you're refinancing your house, you're going to save $700-800. And having everything in one spot saves you time and money. So obviously that video is targeting, the vendors, the companies, the home service companies, and we have 70 of those categories times two in each category. So that's 140 potential clients that we can get from the vendors. Now we won't get all 140. We'll probably get closer to like 80 or 90, because some of the categories like barbecue grill cleaning or pressure washing, smaller businesses that might not be able to afford the model. So that's the first one, vendor. And I'll get more into that in tomorrow's episode. Next one is our concierge gift. I'm excited to share this with you. I've been working on One Home for the last 14 months, and they finally arrived. The One Home Concierge box. This is a gift that realtors, insurance agents, title companies, wealth managers, anybody who wants to give a really special gift to a homeowner, this is it. And it's here. So inside that box, when you open it up, the first thing you're going to see is a letter. And then, of course, the badge of honor. This is the One Home certification saying this home is certified. There's the tablet. That's the magic. So inside that tablet is everything to manage your home. So everything from maintenance reminders to the vault, all important paperwork, your title policy, your warranties. And then, of course, what I'm going through right now is the vendors. I've vetted the top companies in South Florida, and I provide you with two of the best in each category. We have over 70 categories. So this is a tool that, your home is one of your biggest assets, and this One Home Concierge box is going to help you manage that. So now the concierge box, everything I just talked about there, One Home, the name, it's everything, putting everything in one spot. Documents all together in one spot instead of your drawers all over the place. Vendors, top vendors, quickly find them. And by the way, I have two companies now. So when you want to request a painter, let's say, you hit a button, you're going to get two quotes of companies that are vetted. And remember, they're also trying to prove themselves to One Home. They want to make sure they over deliver with service and overall experience for you as a homeowner. So that's the second. The third is our One Home certification. Again, play a short video and that'll explain this.
Your home is one of your biggest investments, but without regular upkeep, small issues can turn into expensive problems. One Home Service protects your investment by handling the essential maintenance most homeowners overlook, saving you time, stress, and money. When you hire us, your home becomes One Home certified. What does that actually mean? It means your home gets a full 30-point professional maintenance checklist. Every major system that protects your home gets inspected, cleaned, and documented. Now here's where it gets powerful. Every time our service tech does a task, he takes a picture or video of it, and that goes straight into your One Home app. It becomes your home's digital profile, kind of like a Carfax, but for your house. And when it's time to sell, think of how prospects are going to feel when they can see all the maintenance work that's been done and documented. And in the meantime, you get the peace of mind of knowing your home is protected, documented, and maintained the right way. If you want your home to run smoother, last longer, and sell for more money, get it One Home certified today. It's one of the best decisions you're ever going to make related to your house.
All right. So that's the One Home certification. And remember, document everything that's done. That's huge, the Carfax for your home, because that way you have a record of it. So when it is time to sell, and plus you just have the comfort of knowing this is all done to your house, all in one spot, One Home. So what are the challenges today that I'm facing? And again, this first episode is just a recap of my first year, basically, of what I've built. And every week, I'm going to be talking about something different. We're going to be facing another challenge. But right now, here's the biggest issues I have. Cash flow, number one. I'm really excited to report that I was able to get my first investor. So I'm raising $200,000 now, and for 2026 this year. I'm looking for 4 more people that are very strategic that can help me grow. They might be in the real estate industry. They might be, private equity. They might be something that can help us, vendor, home service industry. So cash flow is important. And with how we're going to grow and market ourselves, I'm going to be spending more money as we grow. So cash flow is an issue. The other challenge I have is we're getting vendor, because again, we're signing up. I'm going to go over the specific revenue model of each one, the vendor, the 3 buckets I just talked about. But the challenge I'm having now is the vendors are showing an interest. They're signing up to meet with me, but they're not showing up to the meeting. So I'm having a lot of booked meetings. We're having about 10 a week, and only 2 or 3 are showing up, which is not good. So that's a challenge. I got to figure out why. I think I know the reason. Again, this is home service professionals, and I'm trying to do a Zoom meeting, which just people are not going to want to log on at 12 o'clock or whenever it is that they book the meeting. But that's a challenge, which again, I'll get into more of this later. And then the other is getting myself out and networking, because sitting in whether it's in the Sprinter or in my office, my strength is not sitting in front of a computer. My strength is going out and being a rainmaker and building relationships and business. So that's what I have to get to, and I'm not there yet. So tomorrow's episode is going to be a deep dive into the 3 revenue models, the 3 buckets I just talked about. So I'm going to talk details about each one of those, and you'll learn what we're charging and how we're doing as far as new clients. And my business model's changed a ton. From day one when I started it 14 months ago to today, it's changed so much. Again, I started, my original, as I said earlier, was to have a tool that homeowners can use to manage their house. And it is that still, that's a something that they have, but that's not my main focus. And the reason it's not is because I listened to what homeowners were saying. They didn't care about that. As much as I wanted them to care about them and try to convince them to care about it and how important it is, they didn't. And I'm not going to change their mind, and I shouldn't do that. So that was a mistake I made in the beginning, was trying to, what I believe I was trying to sell. And that's not how you do it. It's what the customer wants, and in this case, they did not want to manage and maintain their house. That was not a high priority. But we'll talk more tomorrow about the specifics of what I did and the adjustments that I made, and more importantly, those 3 revenue models. Thank you so much. I appreciate you listening to this. I hope you enjoyed it. And tomorrow I look forward to it. Again, there's going to be no fluff here. I'm going to tell you everything as it is. So the wins, the losses, and everything in between. Thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow.